All right, here's a quick walk around video of my 2002 Toyota Tacoma. I'll do a quick walk around and then I'll kind of go over some of the blemishes, imperfections, signs of age, this thing starting to see after 23 years of use. All right. First of all, the hood's starting to show a little bit of wear. Nothing major, just, you know, occasional highway driving, people spitting up some rocks. It's good. It's in really good condition compared to a lot of the other Tacomas I've seen. The chrome actually looks really good. You know, no peeling. Again, some slight paint chipping from highway pebbles. The tires are still in really good condition. Lots and lots of tread left. I got these when I first got the truck. And I should mention, I did first get the truck around 127,000 miles. So, you know, it hasn't even seen 20,000 miles in the last 5 years. I've driven it a couple times a week. I usually commute to work via bike. So, not a lot of wear in the last 5 years I've had it. All right, sorry, I got cars driving by here. These are the rock sliders that were installed by the previous owners. These are made for off-road use. They're welded on, as you can see, very, very sturdy. These things are incredible. Never did any off-roading in this truck, so no reason for me to use them, but they're there should you need them. This is probably why the rock sliders were installed. This is the biggest dent on the truck. Looks like one of the previous owners hit a rock or something. Here's the size compared to my hand. I mean, you know, door still opens and shuts perfectly. No issues there, but that's probably the biggest dent. The other biggest blemish on the truck comes from the peeling top coat, the clear coat on the topper. It's happened over the last 5 years slowly. You can see the paint on the truck still is great. I clean and wash this thing at least once a week, if not twice, depending on the weather. And just the clear coat on the topper is starting to go, but it's still in really good condition. You can see the struts on the topper might need to be replaced, but they still hold very well. So you kind of need to give it a manual push to get that thing up. Yeah, great bed cover here. I will include the high lift jack. I won't need it. So, you know, this being a lifted vehicle, higher clearance, it's a bit harder to change tires with the traditional jack. So, you'll need one of those. Those are very nice to have. You know, fits nicely in the back of the truck. This is another little paint scratch here from one of the previous owners on the tailgate. You know, nothing major, just a bit of a scrape. You'll see these two holes back here. Those are for a bed extender that I will also include. Basically, it's like a extension for the bed so that you can carry a little kayak or canoe in the back and have something to place the long boat or object on. Walk around here. There is some clear coat starting to peel away. I bought the truck like this. It has not gotten any worse over the years I've owned it, but on the fender flares, specifically on the plastic fender flares on the passenger side, a little bit of clear coat peeling, but not terrible. And again, it has not gotten any worse since I've owned it. Here's another small dent from a previous owner. Hard to kind of see here on the passenger side front door. I mentioned in the listing, the previous owner installed large Tundra brakes up front, so they're great. They stop really well. They are oversized, so it does take a little bit more of a brake press on the pedal to come to like a screeching halt, but overall the brakes are great. He also previously replaced the rear drums right before I bought it as well at 127,000 miles, so brakes are great. No issues with those. And again, here too, on the front passenger fender well, you can kind of see, or fender flare rather, you can see some top coat, clear coat peeling. Yeah, I'll show you the underside of the truck real quick. There's no frame rust or anything. It's in great condition. Like I said, I wash it at least once a week, in the wintertime twice a week if the roads are bad. You know, no oil leaks. I'll show you a picture of my driveway maybe when we're done here, just to kind of prove that, but no oil leaks. Really good suspension in the front and in the rear. Yeah, this thing's been great. Let me pop the hood real quick. I'll show you the inside after that. Here's the engine bay, all in really good condition for the age of the truck. I replaced, you can see here, replaced the battery in 2023. Really good interstate battery. I don't know if you can see it, but 650 cold crank amps. It's great. It's yeah, that's a better shot of it. Good battery. Yeah, overall just a really clean truck. Oil was just changed last week, so I always stay on top of that. Change it at least every 4,000 miles, if not sooner. It's got a drop-in K&N air filter, so this is like they call it a wet filter. They're really nice to have. Basically, you don't need to keep buying air filters. You just clean this one out and then spray it with like a I don't know, like a red what am I trying to think of, solution that traps all the dirt and dust. It's really nice. It's a good upgrade to have. So air filter. Let me start the truck up real quick. I'll show you the inside while it starts. I only have one key fob and one key for it. I also have a key for the topper as well. The one key I never got, and I'm frankly never had to use though, for the Yakima rack here to adjust it fore and aft. I was never provided a key for that, so don't have that unfortunately, but that's the only thing I don't have key wise. Okay. Picture picture of me and my lovely wife. Take that off real quick. Alright. So you can see current mileage 146.11. No check engine light. The one light that is on, I got it. I got the truck with it. Yeah, see no other lights on. You'll see my seatbelt light on, and this airbag light is on because when the previous owner installed the aftermarket stereo, apparently he unhooked the seatbelt module underneath the passenger seat to connect the amp, which I'll show you here in a moment. I never have anybody over here riding in the passenger seat. I never got it fixed. It's never been anything that, you know, has been an issue for me. When I've got the truck inspected for emissions or whatever, it hasn't come up. I'm not sure what it would be like to reconnect that, to be honest with you. Like I said, I've only ever been the one that's ridden in this truck, so it never bothered me. So, but that airbag module light is on for the passenger seat. So yeah, there's that. Go to the engine here. Runs great, sounds great. The belts and water pump were replaced at 109,000 miles by the previous owner. Those are in great condition. So let's let it run for a minute here. I mentioned the stereo amp. There's where that is. Car seat base, that'll come with me, obviously, which is the whole reason why I'm selling this truck. We were selling it to get my wife a new vehicle. We just had our first kid 6 months ago, so need to get her something a little bit bigger and a little more practical. So very sad to see this truck go, but that is the reason for me selling it. So yeah, really clean interior. Again, I don't think I've ever had anybody ride back here with me. I've put less than 20,000 miles on this truck in the last 5 years. So, you know, it's been, you know, I'll take it to a trailhead maybe once a week on the weekends, go for a hike or a bike or something like that. So it has not got a whole lot of use in the last 5 years. Not a lot of wear and tear. Passenger seats here. You might want to replace these mats. They're not great, but they came with the truck. Again, nobody's ever been over here, so it's not been an issue. But yeah, no major tears or rips in the cloth here. There's a bit of a stain or blemish, but there's no, you know, cigarette burns or anything weird like that. Upholstery is in really good condition. Yeah. Close the hood here. And I included this picture in the listing, but it comes with one of the previous owners custom made this sub box, but two 8-inch Pioneer subwoofers back here. All the speakers in the truck are custom. They did a pretty good job of making the sound system really nice. So yeah, let's go take it for a quick ride. Let me see if I can mount my phone up here. I'll stop the video and I'm going to turn the phone upright. It might be a better view.